Story time. Stay with me, you will love it. This one is from the Bible. God himself handpicked David to be king, right? You will think that if God chose you by himself, he sent the prophet by himself to anoint you by himself, then nothing would corrupt God's plan for you, right? But we realize that that wasn't the case, because at some point Absalom got up and declared himself the king. But David only realized he was on the losing side when his most trusted advisor defected and went to Absalom's camp. And that was when David knew he needed to pray. Here's something I want you to pick out. First of all, God's will for your life remains undone if you do not pray. And I'll take that again. God's will for your life remains undone without prayer, right? So David called on God, and God raised a new voice that then turned Ahithophel's counsel to foolishness, and that was how David recovered from that losing position. And you find the same thing in the Bible. When you go to the New Testament, the Bible says that they took some from the church, right, to torment them. Is it Herod now, right, to torment them, and he killed James, who was one of Jesus's inner circle, right? And it took Peter as well with the aim to kill him, until the church rose up in prayer, and that was when the situation was reversed for Peter. You see, the reality is that a prayerless Christian will not fulfill destiny, and God has nothing to do in that situation. You find that when God brought the children of Israel out of Egypt and they were on their way to the promised land, led them day and night, right? But the weak ones at the back were killed by the Amalekites, right? Eventually, God pronounced judgment on the Amalekites, but there were people who lost their lives on that journey, even though God had redeemed them, because they were weak. A prayerless Christian is a weak Christian, regardless of the words of prophecy you have received, regardless of how grandiose the vision you received was, regardless of the prophet, the man of God, and how beautiful the scenario was, right, when God gave you that word. If you do not pray, God's will for your life will remain undone. Here is your call to pray. This 2026, don't be a prayerless Christian. God bless you.